18 Royal Queensland Junior Heifers, and cattle. .57, Oakvale Never Enough, exhibited by Gary and Heather Sewell on the first of our classes. Square metre ring is catalogue number 1157. We'll just have the second place getter. Champion and reserve junior champion square metre heifer. Our junior champion goes to catalogue number 1157. Oakvale Never Enough, exhibited by Gary and Heather Sewell. And our reserve junior champion goes to catalogue number 1159. Rosalina's Narrator, exhibited by ED and MJ Ross. Our junior champion, in addition to the association sash, receives a trophy sponsored by Sunset Park Square Metres. That's being presented by Lauren Gotts. And our reserve junior champion receives a trophy sponsored by Fair Ace Square Metres, and that's being presented by Ashley Horn, who's a long-time square metre breeder. As while those exhibits are being sashed, and those trophies handed out, I'd call on our judge to comment on this championship class.
Heifer I've got on top here, I'm really happy with today. She's everything that we're kind of looking for in a modern functional beef animal that is going to go out and produce. She's got plenty of strength to her spine, it carries that really well into her hip and a pin setup, and lots of depth of rib in this female. And a young heifer with plenty of performance and plenty of horsepower, but still remaining very feminine and has that real wedge shape that we're looking for, a really neat laid-in shoulder and plenty of neck extension, and that's where all that carving comes from, and something we do need to focus on. The heifer I've got in reserve, a really nice, lots of femininity, structurally correct and really free moving, good on their joints. And the heifer I went with here was just that little bit of extra performance, that little bit of extra power that got her there today. But
with the first of our junior bull classes. Rosalinos Neptune, exhibited by ED and MJ Ross. So these exhibits, they obviously receive first and second place, but as there is no other junior bull class, they also receive the Junior Champion and Reserve Junior Champion awards. Our Junior Champion bull is going to be sashed by Heather Sewell, with the trophy sponsored by Oakvale Square Metres, and our Reserve Junior Champion bull will receive the trophy sponsored by Vesco Square Metres, and Jovan Elton will be awarding that. I'd like to hand across to our judge, James McWilliam, to comment on this bull championship class.
Thank you. Two really strong junior bulls out here, and it's a shame they didn't have a little more competition, because I think they would have handled it quite well, these two. The calf I've gone with on top here, when it comes to daily weight gain on these two, and really there's not much in it, they've both got adequate fat cover and they carry it really well. And it was really that front end extension and just that cleanlessly how that bull is made through his joints. When you get this calf on top and he stretches out, he really does it well. And for a bull that's of his age, that's still in a real growth stage, to be able to handle himself like that, it is exceptional. He's great underneath, and he's got a really strong testicular development, and he's got plenty of horsepower and plenty of performance for a young bull there. He's handling it really well. But there was that cleanliness through his front end, and just that extra inch in his neck and that bit of extra extension there that got him there up today. Taking another away from the young bull we've got down here in reserve, he's a really strong performance type made bull. A bull that's going to finish calves probably a little bit earlier, and he's got a really neat maturity pattern. He was just a little outperformed here today, and that's what got him where he is. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Pate, on behalf of the RNA.
We now move on to our senior cow or heifer classes. First class is class 417, square metre cow or heifer, 20 months and under 30 months. Tracking your schedules, we've got one scratching. Calling our judge to comment.
At this stage, should do plenty of growth and plenty of carcass and shape with this female here. She's fairly clean on her joints, and she carries herself really well. She's got a really sound foot under her, and she's going to go out and make a pretty nice cow when she calves down. It'll be quite interesting to see her and sometime in the future. Congratulations to the exhibitor.
Thanks, James. Got everyone ready for the next class, which is class 418, square metre, 30 months and under 48 months. Again, for those of you 9 to parade before. 11.18. Square metre cow, 30 months and under 48 months. And first place goes to catalogue number 1168, Oakvale Helen, exhibited by Gary and Heather Sewell. Goes to catalogue number 1166, Sunset Park Molly, exhibited by Julie Gillies. Calling our judge to comment on this female class.
Thank you. Three really strong females we've got in this class. I believe the female on top was a clear winner. She's incredibly sound. She's put together really well. She's got a great amount of hip and pin and depth of body and shape and lower spring rib and everything that we need in a really easy doing functional female. She carries herself well and she's doing a phenomenal job on the calf, and that's what got her there today. The two females we've got in second here, I've deliberated on a little bit. It really comes down to the industry that I'm in and the industry that we run in our operation is a functional female that's going to do her job without too much love and care and be able to get out and move and reproduce. And that's what it came to here. I believe that the little udder on this first calf heifer that we've got that's gone out here, it's the fore-udder structure on that was probably the best in the class, and that's what got her up. She's a clean, little, functional, free-moving female, and that's what we need. She's nothing too extreme in any direction or any manner, and she's just going to go out and she's going to do her job year after year after year, and she's not going to give you many problems. Taking nothing away from this cow in third, she's a really impressive old matron that we have here. She's doing an incredible job. She's got a really neat teat development size on her and udder structure on her. But it's just a few little structural issues. I just don't know how the longevity may not be as great with her. I could be proven wrong. But at the end of the day, that's how I saw them, and congratulations to the exhibitors.
And catalogue number 1168. now of our senior and reserve senior champion square metre cow or heifer. Our senior champion is catalogue number 1168. Oakvale Helen, exhibited by Gary and Heather Sewell. And our reserve senior champion is catalogue number 1166. Sunset Punt is being presented by Dr. Megan Scrivens. Calling our judge to comment on this championship class.
Great amount of lower rib and a really neat udder structure here on this female. Beautifully laid in shoulder and great amount of neck extension, and she's a real worker. And you can see that the calf that she's producing, and she's producing equally as good or better than herself, and that's what we ask from every female that we have in our programs. The young cow we've got in second place here, as I said before, a really functional type of cow that you could have a herd of them and still make pretty good money. And a cow that's just going to go out and work. She's functional, she's clean, she's safe. There's nothing in any direction there that's going to scare you, and a really good type of female. Taking nothing away from the big heifer out the back, she's just a little outgunned today when it came down to the reserve champion and champion position. So thank you.
Thanks very much for that, James. Our grand champion square metre cow. Grand champion square metre cow or heifer for the 2018 Royal Queensland Show is catalogue number 1168. Oakvale Helen, exhibited by Gary and Heather Sewell. Our grand champion receives the Association Sash, but also a trophy sponsored by Black Oak Square Metres, and that's being presented by Bat Foreman. Our grand champion also receives the Elders Shield of Excellence, sponsored by Elders Limited. And we've got Michael Smith from Elders Stock in Toowoomba to present that Shield of Excellence. I'd like to call on our judge, James McWilliam, to comment on this class.
I've spoken about this female a few times here in the last little while, and she's a cow that's really easy to talk about. She really doesn't do anything wrong when she gets out there. She's really clean through her joints, she's good on her feet, she can get out, she can stretch, and she retains a lot of femininity while still having a lot of performance, and that's what we need in our female. We need a mixture of both worlds to go out and either produce those replacement heifers or go out and produce those stud size or all those commercial calves that are going to go on it and make you some money at the bottom end. A female that I'm really happy with that we've got up on top here. And
Senior bull classes for the square metres. We just have the one. Eye muscle area of 101 square centimetres, and catalogue number 1171, weighs 650 kilograms, average daily gain of class 419 square metre bull, 20 months and under 30 months. First place goes to catalogue number 1171, Oakvale Man O Man, senior and reserve senior champion bulls. And our senior champion is receiving, being sashed and receiving a trophy from Marlene Ross. And that's a trophy sponsored by Rosselinos, square metres. And our reserve senior champion receives a trophy sponsored by Earl Square Metres, and that is being presented by Dawn Boyd on their behalf. I'd like to hand over to our judge to comment.
Two really interesting bulls we've got in the class here, and there's lots I like about both of these bulls as individuals, and there's things I'd like to change about both of these bulls as individuals as well.
Presenting it on their behalf. Calling our judge to comment on this Grand Championship.
Thank you. The young bull I've gone with here, I believe he's the most versatile bull out of the two. Taking nothing away from the senior bull that we've got, he's a bull that's bred to do a specific job, and I believe he's going to do that very well. Whereas the young guy here, we've got a bull that's got a really interesting maturity pattern, along with a bull that's very maternal as well. I believe he'd go out and he would produce those early finishing calves, but also some really stylish and really appealing type females. And that's what got him up there today. It was just the versatility of the different range of markets where this young bull would suit compared to the older bull. That's a tremendous bull, but he's really designed for a specific job, and that's what got him there today. Two really great exhibits, and congratulations to the exhibitors.
Thanks very much for that, James. I'll just get a couple of quick photos here of our Grand Champion bull, and then we'll move straight on to our group classes.
Nice to meet you. Wash down the bull. Yep.
And our first one is class 421 square metre pair of bulls, 12 months and under 20 months, that are bred and owned by the exhibitor. One entry, which is catalogue number 1172. Our first group class, class 421 pair of bulls, is catalogue number 1172, which is the pair of bulls exhibited by ED and MJ Ross. Just calling our judge to comment.
Really nice pair of bulls we've got here today, and they are really a pair of bulls. So you really can see the same maturity pattern in both of these types of bulls, and a very similar type. And yeah, you can see where the breed is trying to go with this program, and they're really sticking to a type of animal that they like, and you can see that from the junior right through to the older guy at the front. Congratulations to the exhibitor.
Thanks for that, James. We now move on to class 422, which is the last of our classes here today, which is the breeders group. There's 3 animals, both sexes to be represented, bred and owned by the exhibitor. Just get those exhibits ready to parade. Results now of class 422, our breeders group. In first place goes to catalogue number 1175, the group exhibited by Gary and Heather Sewell. In second place goes to catalogue number 1174, the group exhibited by ED and MJ Ross. I'd like to call on our judge, James McWilliam, to comment on the last of our classes today in the square metres.
Thank you. This is a class I really enjoy doing, and as far as I'm concerned, as an exhibitor and someone who's been showing cattle for a fair while, this is probably, I reckon, probably the most prestigious class to win, because as a breeder, this is what you want to aim for, is type within your program and depth within your program, and that's what this the group we've got in first here just has from top to bottom. They've got a really tight, strong type within their program and a real definition within their program that you can see coming through. All these cattle are built for a purpose, and they're all really hitting their marks of where they want to be with that. They're functional, they're deep, they're soft. They have a lot of lower rib in them, and that's what we need within our beef industry. Taking nothing away from the next two groups. The next group, you can see you've got two bulls that are just spot on, exactly the same type, but they're probably just a little let down by a heifer. The heifer's taking nothing away from her. She's just a little bit of a different maturity pattern to the two boys above her, and that's what got them there in second. Same as I really like the group that we have in third here, but we just have a few different maturity patterns and a few different types of animals then that's what just got them a little further down the line. I'd like to thank the Square Metre Association for having me here today, and the RNA for having me adjudicate here, and I'll be happy to talk to anyone around about any of my decisions that I've made today, and I hope you all have a safe trip home. Thank you.
Look, on behalf of the Square Metres Cattle Association, we'd like to make a small presentation for James's job he's done here for us today. I think all the exhibitors are pleased. We've had a good spread across the ribbons, and also what's most important, I think, to the exhibitors as well is the comment that James makes, because without these comments we don't know whether we're on the right foot or we've got to do some small changes to our breeding patterns. But we'd like to thank him for travelling here to do the presentation, and wish him all the best in the future. Thank you.
Thank you very much, and ladies and gentlemen, that wraps up the judging for the 2018 Royal Queensland Show for the Square Metres. I'd like to thank all of the spectators, our exhibitors, and of course our judge, James McWilliam, for his efforts today. We're now going to move straight on to the fleck fees. And we've got our first class lined up down the back there. And James is also officiating on this. Where's Kevin? So our first class is class 218. Like the heifer, 12 months and under 16 months. Two exhibits, catalogue numbers 528 and 529.
Joe's going to take it, but if you want to go and
18. The heifer 12 months and under 16 months, and first place goes to catalogue number 529, Daraba Nala, exhibited by Bruce and Melinda McCall, and second place goes to catalogue number 528, Trinity Vale Nouveau, exhibited by Trinity Vale Cimentals. I'd like to call on our judge today, James McWilliam, to comment on the first of our female class.
Thank you. Two really strong females to start off here with the flat figure, and the heifer that we've got on top here, I've got on top here, it's really that refinement to her front end that got her there today. The way she carries herself out of that shoulder and in through that front end extension of the neck structure and right down to her midsection, she's super strong and refined, and that's what I really like to see in my females. Taking nothing away from the heifer that we have in second, she a real powerful type female. It's probably just a little bit of front end extension that she was missing compared to the heifer above her, but a heifer that's carrying a tremendous amount of carcass and is really solid on her feet and legs. And if I'd just like to free her up a little bit through her joints, but a heifer that's going to go out and do a job and turn into a really nice breeding female.
Thanks for that, James. We now move on to class 219, Fleckby heifer, 16 months and under 20 months. We just have the one exhibit, it's catalogue number 530. Fleckby heifer, 16 months and under 20 months. And first place goes to catalogue number 530. Lenana, Nippy, exhibited by Maddie Nicole. Calling our judge to comment on this female class.
Heifer here that's carrying a tremendous amount of performance and a huge amount of power behind her. She's got that extra bit of growth and a lot of carcass and top in her, and if I could just free her up a little bit through some of her joints and down onto her feet a little cleaner, that'd be ideal. But a heifer that's got a fair bit of longevity in front of her, and you can see she's going to go out and calve out before too long and turn into a really nice breeding female. Thank you.
Thanks for that, James. Now, ladies and gentlemen, waiting for our judge now is class 220. It's the Fleckby cow or heifer, 20 months and under 48 months. Of class 220, the Fleckby cow or heifer, 20 months and under 48 months. First place goes to catalogue number 531, Trinity Vale Mare Jackson, by the Trinity Vale Simmental. And second place goes to catalogue number 532, Banana Waikana, exhibited by well. Just like to call in our judge, James McWilliam, to comment on this class.
Two really strong, impressive females we have here, and the cow I've got on top here, she's not necessarily the prettiest cow out of the two, but she's the cow that I believe is the most functional, the most correct, and the cow that is going to last the longest out of these pair of females. She doesn't quite have the udder structure of the female above her, which is key in my book, but what's much more important to me is functionality and structural correctness. Without that, we need our females to be able to get out and walk all day, and in different programs and different situations. And I believe out of the two, she's the female that's going to do that. She's putting everything into that phenomenal heifer calf that she's got behind her, and that's what we need these cows to go out and do, is to go out and breed better than themselves, and she's hit that mark to the T. The cow I've got in second, she's a really, really nice body-shaped cow. She's got that really great wedge shape that I like, big hip structure and big pin structure. There's just a few little issues I'd like to tidy up with her feet and leg-wise that weren't exactly up to where I would like to see them. Taking nothing away from her, she's a really nice sort of cow, and she gets out and moves well, and she'll go on to breed better than herself and produce really well for the breeders.
Thanks very much for that, James. Ladies and gentlemen, we now move on to our champion and reserve champion Fleckby cow or heifer. So we'll have the first place getters in those previous female classes to parade before the judges. Catalogue numbers 529, 530 and 531. Reserve champion Fleckby cow or heifer for the 2018 Royal Queensland Show. And our champion goes to catalogue number 531, Trinity Vale Mia Jackson, exhibited by the Trinity Vale Simmentals. And our reserve champion goes to catalogue number 529, Darabah Nala, exhibited by Bruce and Melinda McCall. Congratulations, everyone. We'll just stash our champion and reserve champion, and we'll get a few photos here of our senior or our champion females. Ladies and gentlemen, we now move on to our ball classes for the Fleckbees. Our first is class 221, Fleckbee ball 12 months and under 16 months. So just to provide some information on the exhibits parading before the judge. Catalogue number 533 weighs 538 kilograms, average daily gain of 1.33, P8 and rib fat measurements of 6 and 4, an eye muscle area of 97 square centimetres. Catalogue number 534 weighs 506 kilograms, average daily gain of 1.36, fat measurements of 6 and 4, an eye muscle area of 97 square centimetres. Catalogue number 535 weighs 570 kilograms, average daily gain of 1.4, fat measurements of 5 and 4, and eye muscle area of 98 square centimetres. And catalogue number 536 weighs 622 kilograms, average daily gain of 1.27, fat measurements of 6 and 4, and an eye muscle area of 110 square centimetres. Last 221, getting ahead of myself there. Fleck v Bull, 12 months and under 16 months. And first place goes to catalogue number 536, Darabar Nitro, exhibited by Bruce and Melinda McCall. And second place goes to catalogue number 535, Darabar Neptune, exhibited by Bruce and Melinda McCall. And third place goes to catalogue number 533. Glenanna Nifty, exhibited by Maddie McCall. I'd like to call on our judge, James McWilliam, to comment on this bull class.
Really impressive young bull that we've got up in the top here. He's the highest performing calf in the class. He has probably the best carcass shape and development in the class for a bull of that age. And there are things I really would like to change about this bull, and I believe in this job everything's about compromise, and I was able to compromise slightly. I'd just like to free him up through his joints, down through his pastern a little, and add a little more heel under his foot. But I believe this bull, when he got home and was out with cows, would really stretch out and be quite impressive out in the pasture. That's what got him up there. Above the calf I've got in second. The guy in second, I believe, a really clean moving calf. He's got a really nice carcass shape to him, and probably the cleanest front end and best neck extension in the class when you see him out. And he's a really impressive young sire. It was just lacking a little performance against a really high performing calf that was up there in top today. As we go down the line, the bull I've got in third, really similar to the guy that we have in second here. These two would make a really great pair of bulls, but probably just a little more lacking on performance. Still ideal performance for a young bull at this age. He's really clean underneath. He has a great scrotal and testicular development that carries a lot of meat through his hind quarter. Just like to drop him down a little bit in that flank and add a little bit more depth of rib to him, and that's what got him there in third today. The young bull I have down at the end here, taking nothing away from him, he's a really good sound young bull, and he's a really good safe kind of calf. He was just a little outperformed by some big heavy hitters that were above the line there today. Thank you.
Thanks very much for that, James. Ladies and gentlemen, we don't have any exhibits for class 222. So we'll move straight on to class 223, which is the Fleckby bull, 20 months and under 42 months. We have one exhibit, it's catalogue number 537. Months and under 42 months. First place goes to catalogue number 537, Brenair Park Manta, exhibited by Dexter and Don Sullivan and Matheson. I'd like to call on our judge, James McWilliam, to comment on this bull class.
Only one bull in this class, and it's a shame, and he's a tremendous bull, this that we've got in front of us. Bull that, for a breed that can get a little uncoupled with a lot of performance in it, he holds himself together incredibly well. He's got a beautifully laid in shoulder and a really neat amount of neck extension for a bull that's carrying as much performance as he is, and an absolute credit to the breed. A bull that, as you can see, he really strides out well and carries himself really well through those joints, and has beautiful natural foot under him, and a credit to the breed.
Thanks very much for that, James. And ladies and gentlemen, we now move on to the judging of our champion and reserve champion Fleckby Bull. So we have our junior champion. Oh, sorry. We've got our first place getter, I should say. Catalogue numbers 536 and 537 from the previous classes to parade before the judge. Our champion Fleckby Bull, 2018 Royal Queensland Show, and it goes to catalogue number 537. Grenier Park Manta, exhibited by Dexter, Don, Sullivan and Matheson. And our reserve champion goes to catalogue number 536. Darabah Nitro, exhibited by Bruce and Melinda McCall. Sashing our champion reserve champion bull. I'll call on our judge to comment on the championship class.
As I said before, a bull that we've got up the top here, he's just a really impressive kind of bull. You could paint this bull any colour and he would go out and work in any different programs. He's got that really strong terminal ability that we like to see in these type of cattle, with a huge amount of carcass and a huge amount of middle. But he retains a lot of maternal strength. Like he's got an incredible amount of fat cover for a big, heavy performance bull of this age, and he's got that really neat laid-in shoulder and great neck extension. And you can really see how well he is put together when you start analysing this bull and get into his joints and into his feet. You can see there's no issues there. There's nothing that's going to push him the bigger and heavier and older he gets, and that's what we need to put into our programs. A really standout exhibit, and that's what got him up there today. Taking nothing away from the younger bull that we've got here in reserve. He's a really strong, powerful, really attractive young bull with a great skin type on him and a lot of presence, and there's a lot of good in him. He's just a little outclassed today by the big guy, and congratulations to both exhibitors.
Thanks very much for that, James. I'd just like to do a clarification, because in the schedule you heard me stumbling over the name of the owner of our champion bull. It's actually Dexter Sullivan and Don Matheson. So congratulations. last of our classes for the Fleckvies this year. That's our Grand Champion exhibit. We'll get our Champion Cow or Heifer and our Champion Bull to parade before the judge for this Grand Championship.
Before I make my decision here, I'd like to thank the RNA for having me, and thank my stewards and the Fleckvie Society of Australia for having me here to adjudicate today. I've really enjoyed it. Really happy with the pairs that we have out here at the moment. We've got two cattle that I believe are really functional, really modern, that there's no hidden tricks with them, that they're good on their feet, they're good in their joints, that they got the longevity that we need within our beef industry and to pass on to our clients as seed stock producers. I really like the package of the cow and calf we have up here, and I really like the package of the bull we have up here, and I would actually really like to see a joining between these two, and hopefully it would end up somewhere in the middle, and it would be something that would be quite exciting. But with my decision today, I really just can't go past this bull that we've got at the back. He's everything I believe that we need as modern beef producers and seed stock producers. He's safe, he's functional, carries a huge amount of performance and a huge amount of carcass, and he actually has a great amount of fat coverage for a mature bull of a breed where we do need that to maintain our maternal ability and our correctness and our softness for our females. And congratulations to all the exhibitors today, and once again, thanks for having me.
Thank you very much for that, James. So, ladies and gentlemen, our Grand Champion Fleckvie exhibit for the 2018 Royal Queensland Show is catalogue number 537, Frenair Park Manta, exhibited by Dexter Sullivan and Don Matheson. In addition to the association sash, our Grand Champion receives the Elders Shield of Excellence, sponsored by Elders Limited. And it's being presented by Michael Smith from Elders Stud Stock up in Dwarf. Judging today for the flag fees. I'd like to thank James for officiating today and for his comments. And all the spectators, thank you very much, and of course the exhibitors, thank you very much as well. Hope everyone has a very enjoyable show, and we'll look forward to seeing you again next year.